There was very few products available 20 odd years ago, 25 years ago. Back in 97 when we first started. You could only really buy basically imported products from Thailand, China, South America, the US. And not that these products were bad, it was just that I felt that, having a dog myself, I felt that there was a need for a variety of treats to be placed into the market. The stuff that was available really wasn't interesting, and I could see that coming up with something new and innovative would be accepted very well, and that's what I did. Once we came up with the products, I went and saw the major chains. When I told them what I wanted to do about setting up a pick and mix section for dogs in treats, they really got excited about it. The concept was accepted very quickly, and from the time they told us to go, we had something like 13 weeks. And at that stage, I had no office, no warehouse, no stock, no branding, nothing. It was just a concept. They said, look, we want the stuff. We want to go 13 weeks. Can you do it? And I suppose being as I am, the type of person I am, I said, we'll do it. We will find a way to do it. And we got up and running. Our range really started off with rawhide that we were importing from overseas, but as we saw that there was a need more for natural products, we started working with veterinarians, with pet nutritionalists. We visited dog kennels, dog clubs, hunting clubs, the police, dogs, all sorts of areas to ask them what they thought they would like to see for their dogs as a treat or as a occupier, and that's where we come up with the natural products. I feel that it's very important to travel and look at different countries and the way they do things, and I think as a country we tend to follow the US a lot in the products that we manufacture. So I was doing the US trade shows and I did come across a chap who was doing dried animal body parts. When I came back, I decided to look at setting up my own facility rather than just bringing in product, packaging it and distributing it. We decided to take the plunge into manufacturing. I'm not a manufacturer, but I had help from great people. I used the help of a small goods manufacturer who I was very close friends with here in South Australia, and he was semi-retired. And when I asked him to help me with the project, he got a bit excited about it, and he looked at doing something. And between him and myself, we've developed our own dehydrators or ovens. We tried to find a way that we could dry the products and process the products as naturally as possible. We started off with dried pig's ears, and then we went to pork bones. We did ribs and noses and tails and trotters and skin, all sorts of stuff. So we started off with so many items, and then we just worked through and picked the eyes out of the ones that we wanted to present. And I think now we've got our core range pretty well set. We have got all the accreditations that you would use in a human consumption facility. We have retention samples, we send off stock to MedVet, so we have product batch tested, and even with a little bit of the product that we export, a lot of it is separated and batch tested in each shipment. I feel that the more natural we keep the treats, the healthier they are. And what we do is when we dry them and process them, we use no artificial colorings or flavorings, we use no preservatives. There's a little bit of salt in the product, but that generally comes from the water that we either marinate or wash the product in. We dry the products and we leave a little bit of moisture in them. By having a little bit of natural juices, so to speak, in them, adds to the flavor and the natural value of the product. Cooking them at the low temperatures that we're cooking over a long period of time, so we don't make them hard and brittle. We try to replicate what happens with a product when you leave it out in the sun and it dries naturally. It's almost like the pet is eating something that was found out in the wild that's dried. So that, I feel that's very important. We've concentrated our treats mainly on dogs. I think the time's come for us to expand that. We're also looking at coming up with some type of nutritional foods which are specific to dogs and health, and cats and their health. over many, many years being in this industry, and I was in many industries and businesses before, I think out of all of them, it's the most open-ended industry I've ever been in. When you see the amount of emails, letters, and different types of contacts that we get from the public, it's fantastic. We even get to the point where customers are sending us photographs of their dog at Christmas time and Easter time, eating the treats and saying how wonderful they are, and it's been very rewarding. I just love the industry. It's fantastic. I love what I do.